Alright, welcome to Mr. Nelson's YouTube videos. Here we've got our nice little what is the classification of number? And this is our nice way of looking at it, okay? Alright, so today in class we went over this in class, so let's see how you did. Here in the center is counting numbers. Okay, because all counting numbers are also whole numbers. Okay, so this is like 1, 2. This is 0, 1, 2. So you can see that counting numbers are included in whole numbers. All whole numbers are integers. And that's -1, 0, 1, and you can see that all these are included in those, okay? So if you have a counting number, it's also a whole number. If you have a counting number, it's also an integer. If you have a counting number, it's also a rational number. Because a rational number, like 1, or a counting number like 1, can be written 1 over 1, which makes it a rational number. Okay? Alright, so rational numbers are parts of numbers. Like, here's part of a number, 0.25. Okay? Alright. The next one, your hierarchy. Like we were talking, counting numbers is first. Counting numbers. Then you've got whole numbers. Then you've got integers. Then you've got rational numbers. Okay. Now this says a list of numbers is shown below. So there's my list of numbers. Place each on a number line. So you'd have to put them on a number line. Here's 0 in the middle. Let's see, this is going to be -2. Boom, on the number line. Then we've got -1 on the number line. Then you've got 3/8. Well, 3/8, what I would do is I would change it to a decimal. And 3/8 is 0.375 is what you end up with. And 0.375 is going to be, here's 1, here's 2. It's going to be somewhere around there. You've got 1.3, 1.3, and you've got 6/5. Remember, the nerd goes on the inside, or the numerator goes on the inside. It doesn't have to be the smallest number. 5 does go into 6 one time. That leaves you with 10 left when you subtract. And you get 0.2. So 1.2 is going to be smaller than 1.3. So right there. Okay. So on your number line, it should look something like this, to where -2 is here, -1 is here, 3/8 is here, 6/5 is here, 1.3 is here. Okay. All right, here we've got order these, right? Which shows them in lightest to heaviest. Well, that's just least to greatest, okay? What I would do is I would line up my decimal, or you can just look. Well, my heaviest is 85, because that's a whole number, 85. Then 82. So the only two that I really need to compare are these two. So we're looking, 85 is the heaviest, so choice B or C. 82 is the next heaviest. So this is really the only one with the right heaviest and then next heaviest. All right. Oh, but if you wanted to, you can order 77.15. So 0.15 and 0.6. Well, which one's bigger, 0.6 or 0.1? 0.6. So my smallest one is B. 70 57.15. Which point on the number line below represents negative 3.5? Well, there's negative 1, negative 2, there's negative 3, and negative 4. Okay? So, this is going to be negative 2.5 there. That's going to be negative 3.5. And that's going to be negative 4. So, M was the correct answer. List the number. A list of numbers is shown below. Place each number in fraction form on a number line. So you've got 1.8. Well, 1.8 is 1 8/10, because that's the way you read it. Then you've got 4/5. You've got 1 3/4. And you've got 7/10. And you've got 1 5/10. All right, so if we put them on a number line in fraction form, you would put them at, here's 0, here's 1, here's 2. Put them in order, so we need to make sure that we have them in order. We've got 7/10, because 7/10 is 0.7. We've got 4/5, because 4/5 is really 8/10. Okay. Then you've got 1 5/10, and you've got 1 3/4, which is 1.75, which is less than 1.8. So we've got 1 8/10. Okay. Place each number on decimal form on the number line. This is just to make sure you've got them in the right spot. So there was 7/10. There was 8/10. Then there was 1. Then there is 1 5/10. 1.5. Then there's 1.75 and 1.8, or 1 8/10. All right, order the number. Oh, wait, I forgot something. List the numbers in ascending order. Ascending is least to greatest. Well, there they are in ascending order, right there on your number line. There they are in ascending order, right there on the number line. So either one of those would have worked. Order the numbers from least to greatest. Well, remember, negatives, you have to think backwards. So this is negative 3.2. And then 3/10 is 0.3, or 3/10 negative. What I like to do is I like to order my negatives, then my positives separately. Okay? So which one's bigger? Negative 3.2 or negative 0.3? Well, think about your number line. Here's 0. Negative 3 is here. Negative 2 is here. Negative 1 is here. Well, negative 0.3 is going to be right here-ish. And then negative 3.2 is going to be over here. Well, the further to the left, the least it is, or the smaller it is. So negative 3.2 is my smallest. Well, this is the only one with negative 3.2 first. Well, that's also our answer, because negative 3/10 is next, and 0.32 is the very last one, or 32 hundredths. All right, this one, we're looking for the greatest number. Okay? Remember, when we're thinking about negatives, we've got to reverse our thinking. The bigger the negative, the smaller it actually is. So if it's a big negative number, that means it's actually a small number. Okay, so we've got negative 6, negative 7, and negative 6. Well, hopefully you know by now that 3/4 is 0.75. So I would change it. Now here's the only tricky one. All you have to do is make sure that you divide it, because that line means division. Okay? Put the numerator inside, put the denominator outside. 3 doesn't go into 2. 3 does go into 25. 3 times 8 is 24. And then we've got 1 left. Shocked that it doesn't go in. I'm going to bring that down. 3 goes into 10 9 times. I really can stop there, because if I look, I just have to look at the whole number. So this is negative 8.9 something. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going, because if I look at my answer, I have to have 2 decimal places out. So 9 is going to repeat, so it's 8.99. Because we subtract, you get 1. Okay, 8.99. So on my answer, I need to make sure that I put it correctly in here. So this is where you need to know how to do your bubbles. It's negative, so I circle, fill in my negative, put my negative. 8 is in the whole numbers place, so I put it there. And I circle. 9, 9. Make sure you circle them. Okay. All right. That was what we did today in class, along with our Canvas activity. Remember, it's red oak dot instructure .com. Then after the .com you need /login /LDAP. And then use the same way you log into the computers at school is how you log into this. There's 2 questions on there. It's under quizzes. Okay?